Okay, here we go. So this is an extraordinary stream, I should say, or like this is a stream outside my usual business hours, so to speak. But I am having some time during the week and I should use it. And as I wrote on YouTube as well, I apologize for those who wanted to see this stream and didn't know of it in time because it was on short notice. But yeah, since I have time during the week, I should make use of it. Also, what are we gonna do now? It's the question mark episode number 2. Let's see where that. Oh, can the fucking pop-ups of some programs I want to update please stop? I'm not gonna update you right now. Okay. Welcome to the Tea Party of Those Who Are Not Human, episode 2. I am recording, right? Yes, I am. We'll see. It how long we stream today kind of depends also on how well my son is going to sleep. Like if he wakes up, I might also have to leave for a few minutes. We'll see. I'll try to go until 11 if possible. Well then, did you find that game enjoyable? Yeah, well, I found it difficult. I'm sure Battler didn't find it enjoyable. Oh, it's not. She's not talking to Battler anyway. When a game that's one-sided... Oh, when a game is that one-sided, it goes beyond riveting and becomes boring. My, but you're as harsh as always. Considering how proud I was to have created a development so impactful that it might satisfy even the boredom-hating Lady Bernkastel, this response is quite harsh. What is Bernkastel for? What kind of name is that? Well, I'll admit it was impactful. Yeah, it was. However, it was horrible as a fair game. I suppose so. Anything new here? I guess not. Oh, I cannot execute you anymore? Wasn't I able to do that before? Unless you make the conditions a bit more even. Are you saying there's no way to win? Not even for Lady Bernkastel? I wonder what you mean by that, Beato. There's no need to try and fool me. I already know that you're no bystander. Oh, that might be new. Let's have a look again. The Endless Witch, who has lived for 1,000 years. She is known for being exceptionally cruel, even among witches. Yeah, we saw that yesterday evening. She loves bullying the weak and is capable of using trial and error endlessly to find the cruelest fate they can possibly be given. And she toys with her victims even further by piling on one after another. This witch is extremely powerful, but word has it that she sometimes becomes obsessed with creating certain patterns, so that her means end up becoming her goals. And Bernkastel, the Witch of Miracles, who has lived for 1,000 years. Her vast power is capable of creating all kinds of miracles, but her heart has broken a bit as a result. Back when she was human, Lambdadelta once imprisoned her within a cruel fate, toying with her the whole time. As a result, it seems she's unable to abandon others who are caught within a similar fate. Oh, I see, so that's why she wanted to help. Theoretically, she's a witch with the greatest of powers, but in practice, this is no more realistic than folding a piece of paper 100 times so that it reaches the moon. What? Yet, she did fold it 100 times. Okay. Were you planning on hiding it? You're an outrageous person to come into someone else's territory from such a great distance to work against them. You came to watch from the sidelines, and probably to post strongly for my defeat. I've guessed right, haven't I? And if so, truly amusing. That I should be granted a chance to fight against Lady Bernkastel, the strongest of witches who defeated Lady Lambdadelta, is truly a pleasure. What are all these names? Yes, I'm also pleased. I came all this way because I really wanted to see you, brimming with confidence, fall apart and lose. Yeah, that didn't really work out well, did it? What an honest person. Even so, it would be a shame if the contest between me and the great Lady Bernkastel was resolved without at least one observer. You called her here, didn't you? That kid. Oh, damn. What in the world? So yeah, that is what I just saw on Steam earlier. So it didn't really spoil that much. Still, why the hell would it show that picture there in the first place? That's kinda stupid. Let me put the tea out of my cup. 1 second. Alright. Where should I put it? So... I found you! I finally found you, Ben Castle! How are you, what the hell? Lambda? What on earth? How? Huh? I'm so confused. How are you, Lambda? Looks like you've got lots of spare time too. I wonder if it's fate that the pair who hates boredom should run into each other again. Why the hell is... That's Maria, but with, different hair. Yeah, but I think there is a way in Steam to play the game without having to go on its main page, so I think I'll do that in the future, just to avoid further spoilers like that. Stupid kid. Can't you see, you only won against me because of a little luck and a problem of compatibility? I'm not gonna use the Maria voice for her now, because she seems a bit more grown up. After that you became such a brag, and now you're even picking a fight with Beatrice. Shouldn't you learn your place? Beatrice is strong, and she's even more brutal than I am. Yeah, we saw that yesterday. Just a bit. And by the way, don't go shortening people's names without their permission. Okay, let me say this once more. Back when she was a human, Lambdadelta once imprisoned her within a cruel fate. So, is this Lambdadelta? What the... You're dumb too, Beatu. If this kid is in your game, she'll make a mess of everything. I certainly didn't just bring Lady Lambdadelta here to watch from the sidelines. After informing me that you were betting against me, she said that she would bet against you. Wait, who is betting against whom? So Lambdadelta is betting against Beatrice? And... what was the name? Baron Castle is betting against Lambdadelta? Good lord. You're still holding a grudge, aren't you? Because I'm the strongest witch in the universe. But I lost to you, which means I'm not the strongest. So any enemies of yours is my ally. Okay, so Lambda is against Berncastle and Berncastle against Beato. Alright. And there you have it. With the great Lady Berncastle as our opponent, this may not even count as a handicap, but it should make for good entertainment. Do as you like. Now that I've been exposed, allow me to get serious. That would be well. Going easy has never been written in my direct dictionary. Lady Lambdadelta, let us enjoy our precious time together. Yeah, I'll be counting on you, Lady Beatrice. I've been betrayed pretty bad by her too. Until the two of us smash her up and pay her back double, I won't be able to rest. Is she finally here? She is. The Endless Witch, the Witch of Miracles, the Witch of Certainty who has lived for 1,000 years. Well, why has everybody lived for 1,000 years? She embodies the idea that hard workers are rewarded and is revered even by humans. Though she is a witch, she does not stray far from the concept of humans. The concepts of humans, plural. For that reason, her power as one worshipped by humans is incalculable. However, she's fickle about whose efforts she chooses to reward, and in many cases she bestows her favor upon those who entertain her the most. Her immense, swift, and terrifying power can make any witch surrender in an instant. However, she's often reckless, and Barncastle was able to take full advantage of that. I'll be counting on you, Lambda, and you, Beato. No matter what we fight over, this will be a very significant battle for us all. That's right. Of course I don't plan on losing, but we've got to go beyond who wins and who loses, do you? Oh, that looks nice. But not so far away from her here, I think. After all, we hate boredom. The three witches giggled, cackled, and guffawed. That's alright. I should thank you, Beato. It looks like I'll finally be able to escape my boredom. Do your best to entertain me, along with Lambdadelta. Leave it to me. If we're decided, Beato, then let's start a strategy meeting right now. I know all of this girl's weak points, and I'll teach you all of them. And yet, Lady Lambdadelta, you were defeated by her. Yeah. I won't tell you. Won't tell you. Zun. What do you mean, Zun? She's never boring, that Lady Lambdadelta. So what is Burns' sprite in the PS3? Isn't she? Take care of her. She gets lonely easily. Oh, I see. Yeah, there's something about those eyes in this version. So she's one of those that are popular these days. As expected from Lady Lambdadelta. Quite cutting edge. What? What do you mean cutting edge? Is she a robot? Go already. That kid is waiting for you to chase after her. Then, if you'll excuse me, see you next game. She going to talk to Battler again? Yeah, yes she is. I'm sorry. That troublesome one came, but don't mind it. More importantly, things sure got ugly. Yeah, you can say that again. I thought I experienced a very tragic end in Lambda's game. But this one is exceptionally horrible. I can't say I don't understand why you're hugging your knees and closing up your heart. If you meet a fate like that a few more times, it will take a lot less than 100 years to kill your heart. Beato saw through me, so I'll confess. You are now just like I was in the past, when I was imprisoned inside Lambda's world. Shut inside a labyrinth of cruel fate, tormented by a witch in a manner of speaking. I am a witch who was born from there, so maybe I'm like an older sister to you. So I decided that I'd lend you my power. However, even compared to my fate, yours is truly brutal. Not only do I sympathize with you, I'm almost brought to tears by your tragic fate. But please don't lose heart. Please don't submit to Beato, no matter what. Yeah, that didn't work out so well last time, did it? Certainly that child's game is quite unfair. I've only been allowed a glimpse of the game board, but the unfair and clever devices set up on the stage are so disgusting that I imagine they far surpass those on Lambdadelta's game board. And what's even more frightening is that when that kid moves a piece, she doesn't always make the best possible move. This is where she's very different from Lambda. Lambda always uses an overpowering number of pieces to make the best possible move in order to win. But Beato sometimes intentionally goes easy on her opponent when she moves her pieces. Since when we're in trouble, we try to seek out our opponent's strategy by looking at their moves. This creates a very formidable amount of noise in our information. That might cause a troublesome amount of disorder. However, as in chess, though a player might be able to create some noise for their opponent with a useless move, they'll still miss out on the more valuable move they avoided. In other words, it's not like your opportunities to take advantage of this are zero. Although you may not be able to believe it, that analogy holds true for this game as well. Even though those developments looked so overpowering, there actually was a weak point. There was? I certainly didn't see it. A weak point that almost looks like she wanted you to take advantage of it. Though I don't know if it's a trap or if she's testing us. Anyway, don't surrender. Don't stop thinking. Don't deny any possibility. As long as you continue to hold the will to fight, Beato will not win. What's the most important element in defense during a witch's battle? Rather than trying to win, try not to lose. If accepting her means your defeat, then you definitely must not accept her. Making you accept witches, there's no longer any doubt that this is one of Beatrice's victory conditions. Now that I have announced that I'm your ally, I too will make as great an effort as possible to lend you my power. Make an effort yourself as well. If you're still hugging your knees, quickly stand back up. In times like this, what did I used to say again? Go for it, yay. Huh? It's so embarrassing doing this. I've done this much for you. So quickly stand back up. Ah, there you are. I wonder where Burn shrank off to. Could you be any more lame? Even so, just like usual, the pieces Burn chooses are pretty shabby. It's the same with chess, right? If all of your pieces were pawns, you'd have zero chance to win, right? If all your pieces were rooks and bishops, you definitely wouldn't lose. Well, last time, right when I felt just a little pity and said she could start with her pieces anywhere she wanted, that idiot Burn, without taking notice of my compassion, started with all of her pawns on my side of the board. What's up with that? That wasn't a loss or anything. Just remembering it makes me queasy. That's actually fucking funny. Because of that, I won't be able to rest until I see Burn's speechless face. And since you, Burn's piece, fucked up so bad, I'm feeling just great. Plus, she may not look it, but that girl really hates to lose. So I'll bet she's off somewhere grinding her teeth and crying her eyes out right now. How totally lame. Come on, huff with me. Yeah, I'll pass. Wait a sec. Are you still hugging your knees? You're already like this just because Beato got a little serious? Could you be any more pathetic? You're so pathetic, I'll help you just a little bit. I, the great lady Lambdadelta, with a wish of certainty and the strongest in the universe, will bring your hopelessly low chances of winning just a little bit closer to certainty. You should thank me. You know, Beatrice may really be a cruel and powerful witch, but she's no match for me. Why? Because she's soft. Though she'll set up the board in a way that'll let her win with just a few more moves, she'll intentionally avoid cornering you. She'll do things like that, take worthless pieces and place excess pieces on the board to make things more one-sided. Simply put, she's got the bad habit of playing around as soon as she thinks she has won. Almost all the various attacks that hurt you and Burn look like utter waste and overkill to me. In other words, she's got a weakness and you've got a chance. See? She isn't an opponent to be afraid of, right? She sometimes mistakes her means for her ends, and she has too much dark fun. Sometimes that even ends up creating and exposing her own weak points. For a super powerful witch like me, it's hard to understand why she's able to act so tough, why she lowers her own chances of winning. But, well, because of that, a witch like Burn who likes to thoroughly read her opponent has a really bad affinity with her, because reading her doesn't work. Maybe it's really easy for Burn to read and handle a straightforward and honest type like me, annoyingly enough. Well, still, a super firepower type like me can flat out beat up a light, wide-range barrage type like Beatrice, so it's kinda like rock, paper, scissors. If I'm paper, Beato is rock. Which means Burn is scissors. Well, maybe that doesn't matter. Even though my paper loses to Burn's scissors, if I was a sheet of super paper, which is way more awesome than normal paper, I could beat even scissors, right? Basically, I, Lady Lambdadelta, am super paper. Are you? It looks like you've regained a bit of your color. That Beato, she's having fun torturing some piece called Rosa. At a glance, you'd think she has really nasty tastes, right? Wrong. She's just killing time, hoping that you'll stand back up in return. It's a move to fire up your righteous indignation by intentionally doing something detestable. She has no confidence issues, yeah, I agree. I suppose this is taking place then during the whole horrible scene we witnessed yesterday. Ah man, I hate kids like that. Anyway, I'll head on back. Oh, don't tell anyone about me helping you out just a little bit. I mean, it's not like I helped you because I wanted to save you, okay? I, the strongest witch of the universe, had my throne stolen away when I lost to Burn, so I've got to take that throne back from her. But if she loses to Beato here, then it's Beato who will get the position of strongest next, right? Well, it's not like I'm complaining. It'll be easier to steal the throne back from Beato, but then I wouldn't be satisfied, you see. I will defeat Burn, and I'll take back my position as the strongest. It's not like I'm really helping you, okay? I won't forgive you if you make Burn cry. Okay. It's not like I'm helping you, Baka. The hell? Addition of new features. Oh, that's probably the hints. The tips for episode 2. Yeah. Okay. Episode 3. The difficulty level is equal. Huh. Standard. Extreme. Equal. Do the tips? Oh, that's right. There's some new stuff. I guess. You mean in the character stuff, or... No, I think this is the same text as before. In the next tab. What the? Okay. Beatrice the Endless Witch. That's the same. The Seven Sisters of Purgatory. Advanced level furniture created by Beatrice. They can sometimes act by their own will, but they cannot disobey the orders of their master. They are quite powerful while in their human forms, but when they return to their true forms as the Seven States of Purgatory and fly the enemy at high speeds, they display their true terrifying potential. Asmodeus is the seventh sister. She's a girl at that age where they want a boyfriend. She'd give up her life for love. Oh, I cannot execute them. Oh, I see. I almost wanted to try doing that, but then I thought it's probably not going to work anyway, but here we are. Leviathan is the second sister. She's nothing but a crybaby who's jealous all the time. She'll do whatever it takes to get what she wants. Huh? Hello? Beelzebub. Thought I heard something. Beelzebub? Bub? I forgot what the English pronunciation is, so I'm just going to pronounce it German. Beelzebub is the sixth sister. She's a true gourmet. She'd use any ingredients to make a good meal, even her own body. What the hell? Satan is the third sister. She's very quick to anger. However, she actually wants others to be angry at her. That is weird. Asmodeus. Lucifer is the oldest sister. She's haughty and arrogant. However, she actually feels pleasure from submission. Belphegor is the fourth sister. She's sensible and reliable. Because of this, she corrupts her masters. Was that all? I guess so. Ushiromiya Kinzo, self-taught human sorcerer. One is missing. Okay. 6, 4. I don't think I've seen 5 yet. 3, 2. Oh, there's 5. Mammon is the fifth sister. She's very greedy. Once she decides she wants something, she will sacrifice anything and everything to get it. Alright. Ushiromiya Kinzo, self-taught human sorcerer. His natural talent and level of knowledge are nothing special, but when his nearly insane powers of concentration and dedication were transformed into magical power, he awakened as a great sorcerer. His power is at least great enough that he was able to summon Beatrice and form a contract with her. Though his power is great, it is also extremely limited. He specializes in summoning and barriers, so perhaps it is fitting to call him a summoner. I cannot execute anyone here, huh? Butler, an unfortunate young man whom Beatrice has taken a liking to, a human who inherited the black blood from Kinzo. The massive resistance to magical power Kinzo was born with was passed on to Butler. Ironically, it was this trait that made it so hard for Kinzo to succeed as a magician. A massive defensive power against magic can be, even by itself, decisive in a battle against a witch. Kinzo has begun to lose this power with age, but young battlers' power are still on the rise. Perhaps it's understandable that Beatrice tried to crush it as soon as possible. Maria, a little magician who has inherited the black blood from Kinzo. Unlike Kinzo, she was gifted with talent and began to tread the path of the magician from a young age. However, her power is still weak, and she hasn't yet graduated from an apprentice's level. However, she is skilled with enchantments, which bestow magical power upon objects, and the magical items she creates are all master class. Lambdadelta, we had her already. She maybe it's not Maria, but she kind of looks like Maria. Genji, Kinzo's earliest furniture, which he created to serve him and him alone with complete loyalty. Though he was Kinzo's first creation, he was made with the help of a high-class demon, so while there were several defects in his initial specifications, he conceals a great potential within himself. In the many years following that, he continued to mature and compensate for his many deficiencies, turning himself into the nearly flawless butler furniture that he is now. He is approaching the limit of his service life, but the magical power he can unleash for an instant rivals Kinzo's. Shannon is, in the truest sense, Kinzo's handmade furniture, which he created without borrowing the power of demons. Though there were a few problems with her initial specifications, she was given a very rare and precious thing, a heart. It seems that, as a result of his long personal experience, Kinzo came to believe that the power created by the heart contains within it a strong magic. In the lengthy span of time following that, she began to mature, becoming exceptionally skilled with powers of a protective or repulsive nature, such as magical barriers. Because of this, in the realm of barriers alone, she possesses immense magician-class power. Kanon. So far, he is the last furniture created by Kinzo. Making use of all his previous experience, Kinzo managed to implement a set of flawless specs. Kanon was also given a heart, but it was much weaker than Shannon's. Perhaps because Kinzo felt a sense of approaching personal danger related to his fortune as he neared the end of his life, he bestowed Kanon with the rare power to fight and protect. However, he hasn't yet matured very far and is unable to properly control his own power and speed. I guess that's all. Anything else? Golden butterfly brooch. I think that's the same as before. Yeah. Okay, it's weird that it stays red until I go over it again, but okay. I think that's all. Episode 1. Episode 2. Oh, wait. Brooch is new. Stream is cutting out? Just for you or for everybody? Let's see. What is this? This is the record of who died. It's gonna be the same as in the credits, I think. Okay. Golden butterfly brooch. This object arranges all fate variables in a favorable manner to form relationships between the sexes. This leads to nothing more than a favorable arrangement of variables, so its strength differs widely depending on the individuals in question. Hence, a witch bestowing such an item must make quite sure beforehand that the receiver will be able to use it effectively, or she risks being called a liar. The activation cost is enormous, so it's no more useful to the average person than an ordinary brooch. However, blind love is easily capable of paying this enormous price. And if the target of the receiver's affection feels affection in turn, the brooch's effect increases even more dramatically. Ironically, the more dramatic its effect becomes, the less one would need such a brooch in the first place. I guess that's true. Okay. Good morning. I'm quite surprised to see you still haven't surrendered. The Golden Witch has extremely high hopes for you. Have you figured out the structure of this world by now? No. You have no chance at victory unless you know the rules. Please enjoy your game with the witch to your heart's content. The difficulty level is equal for both you and the witch. I'll get some nose spray real quick so I don't sound like a duck. 1 second. Okay. Let's hope it works. The vase was very beautiful, rich with history and value. Even as young as I was, it still forced me to take a deep breath when I witnessed its beauty. Of course, it was a member of Grandfather's favorite collection. So that I didn't accidentally destroy its fragile beauty, I was always given strict orders never to touch it. But that just made me want to touch it. It looked light and yet so elegant that just glancing at it gave it an indescribable sense of dignity. I wonder who's talking now. I wanted to see what it felt like to touch a vase like that. However, just as Grandfather had said, it was a thing that shouldn't be touched. Something this beautiful should never be touched. Such beauty can only dwell in something so easily broken. Because of that, just the brush of a finger by someone like me would. Just like how a fun dream disappears with a poof when you wake up. It disappeared, fell, and broke into pieces. I realized that, because of my own foolish curiosity, I had done something that couldn't be taken back. No matter how much I regretted it, no matter how much I apologized, the broken vase would not be returned to its original form. Grandfather will probably scold me, probably very harshly. I ended up breaking into tears and sobbing, frightened. As I did, I noticed something beautiful. Lightly dancing golden butterflies were coming towards me. Uh-oh. As mysteriously glowing golden dots shone in the air, the butterflies began to gather one at a time. Oh, it's Beatrice. Oh yeah, Beatrice, that reliable golden witch, had arrived. What the fuck? Who the hell is that? The butterflies kept gathering until they formed a cloud, and then she was there. She was always there for me. Whenever I was in trouble, she'd always appear and save me. Good day to you, princess. Beatrice, whoa. What the? How is that? Huh? Oh my, why are you crying so? And on a day so well suited for a tea party? I broke Grandfather's precious vase. I think both pronunciations are correct. I keep forgetting it and looking it up, and then it's always, oh, both are fine. I wonder who's talking. Grandfather's gonna get mad at me. I don't know what to do. I see, that is worrying. The master really treasured this particular vase, whatever, didn't he? Imagining how he'll punish you scares even me, Beatrice. Grandfather was a very frightening person, and when you failed to follow something he said even once, he would become so mad with a rage that would make even the fallen angels in hell quiver. Since I knew that down to my bones, I couldn't do anything but tremble and cry. I possess no magic that can scoop up your fallen tears, princess, but if you need magic that will prevent the master from scolding you, I might be able to manage something. Really? Yes, if you'll be gracious enough to believe in my power, princess. So, since she's saying princess, it has to be a woman that we are seeing things through right now. The power of belief is the source of magic. Miracles only appear before those of great faith. I believe in your power, Beatrice. So please fix this vase, please. Oh, I didn't want to say it, but yeah, well that. If that is what you want, princess, then leave it to me, Beatrice. Then leave it to me, to Beatrice. When she extended her index finger, a golden butterfly softly landed there and changed its form to her favorite cane. Are we talking about the same Beatrice here? But even that was enough to give me a small glimpse at Beatrice's wonderful and awesome magic power. She pointed her cane at the broken vase, and just like a child's lullaby, she began speaking the magic words. Come, try closing your eyes, and try to remember. What form did you have? It was surely a very, very beautiful form. Please show me that form one more time. Were they words, or was it a song? No, it had to be magic. After all, can't you see? The pieces of the vase are rapidly gathering together, gently returning to the place where they had been on display, reassembling into their original form. Incredible! See? Now it's back to normal. This way you won't have to get yelled at by the master. Well, thanks. Nice, Beatrice. No, the copyright strike song strikes again. Beatrice, you really are amazing. I think, like, last week or the week before, every episode had this song, so I had like 4 or 5 emails in my mailbox about copyright strikes. Whatever. No problem. You really are amazing. You can fix broken vases like it's nothing. Yeah, you should see my torture methods. Right? That's not true. Returning something broken to its original form is a very, very difficult thing to do. My magic can only make it remember what it once was for a short time. What, so it's gonna fall apart again? But the vase really turned back to the way it was, right? Correct. But that doesn't mean the vase has avoided its fate of being broken. All I did was temporarily get the broken vase to remember its form before it broke. I have not yet attained the high levels of magical power that might be used to restore a broken fate to its original form. At that time, the high-pitched scream of a servant could be heard from inside the mansion. Uh-oh. Yeah, that would be more fitting for the Beatrice we have come to know. When I went to see what had happened, I noticed that several of the servants had gathered and were cleaning up the remains of the broken vase. From what they said, it seemed a black cat had sneaked in from somewhere and had climbed up on the vase, causing it to break. I understood the meaning of Beatrice's words. At the moment I broke the vase was broken. Beatrice let me see the vase being restored, but that was a temporary thing. It didn't mean she had changed the fate of the vase being broken. And so the vase remembered its true fate and broke. However, the one who broke it wasn't me, but a cat that had snuck in. That's right. Stop falling over, microphone. Beatrice never said let's fix the vase. She said she'd prevent the master from scolding me. And that she did. The fate of the vase breaking hasn't changed, but the fact that I broke it certainly has. Beatrice cleverly saved me from danger with that magic. It is very easy to break something. After all, you didn't need magic to break that vase, princess. Then is fixing stuff really hard? It is. It's so hard that you broke down crying, unsure of what to do. Does that mean magic is easier to use when doing terrifying things? That breaking and killing is really easy, but fixing and reviving things is really hard? That's right. With magic it is far easier to break and kill. That's why weak witches lose to temptation and become intoxicated with gathering easy power for themselves, neglecting their true magical training. Real magic is the power to repair, to revive, to summon happiness that has disappeared, to summon love that has grown cold, and it can even summon a smile to the face of a princess who has forgotten how. I really wonder who she's talking to. I mean, it's gotta be one of the females here. I don't know if it's her. I mean, it seems to be long ago. Or Maria. Maybe that's how Maria sees her? That would be interesting, but I mean, Maria isn't living there, right? Oh. Oh, there's a next here as well. All of the goats. Low-level furniture and service to Beatrice. They are great in number, but silent and lacking personality. They obediently follow their master's orders. Their senses are closer to those of animals than humans, and they're surprisingly dull-witted, which sometimes leads them to misunderstand their orders. They have by nature a massive build, like a minotaur's, and fearsome superhuman strength. They may be low-level furniture, but the ability to summon an inexhaustible supply of them makes them extremely convenient. Okay, nothing here. I wonder if it's her. We'll see, I suppose. Then Beatrice, since you managed to fix that vase, does that mean you're an incredible witch? My days of training are far from over. After all, I couldn't make the vase forget its fate for even an hour. I'm sure my teacher who taught me magic would have been able to restore the vase to its original form forever. So if it kept breaking and breaking, she'd be able to fix it over and over again? Yes. When one reaches that level, they are considered to be an endless witch. Ah. True, grandfather, but Jessica never said she met the witch. So maybe it is Maria. I totally forgot that if it was like Rosa or Natsuhi, they would say father, not grandfather. You're right. Endless witch, but Beatrice is called that now, so that's weird. It's just, I mean, not weird, but that means this must have been before she became the endless witch, and that certainly changed her, I guess. That is the endless level that all witches ought to reach. Not if it turns you into such a crazy witch. We offer the utmost respect to those witches and call them by that title. An endless witch. That's right. To witches with the power to mend things endlessly, the concept of breaking doesn't even exist. They are released from all the sadness caused by losing things and are promised eternal bliss. Can't say that Beatrice seemed like an eternally blissful person. Certainly the human world is full of sadness caused by separation and loss. To escape that sadness, people pray to gods and ask for the power to withstand their sadness, believing it to be a test. In other words, a human's life is a journey, searching for a way to withstand sadness. In that case, a witch who could revive all things would be freed from all sadness in the world. Simply put, that would mean eternal bliss. I wonder if I could become a witch like you and gain eternal happiness. You, princess? It is a long, difficult path, you see. I want to become a witch. I want to find happiness. It could be Maria, yes. Although there's no ooh. Beatrice, I want to become your disciple. Do you have even a trace of doubt in that feeling? No, I want to become a witch too. I understand. Then until you get tired of me, I will make you my disciple. Will you call me teacher? Yes, teacher. That's a good answer. Then from now on, learn the depth of magic along with me. I am also in training. Let us... Good lord, microphone. Let us both learn the proper use of magic, doing our best to reach that blissful level. Yes, teacher. What does she call her in Japanese? Shisho? Sensei? Master? Oh, Shisho. Ah, a dream. That face takes me back. An endless witch, was it? That rank I had yearned for in the past as the highest possible achievement was now just another one of my titles. No, you might even call it my calling card. Every once in a while, being called that can be quite satisfying. I trained so many days to achieve that rank. It'd be a waste. It'd be a bit of a waste if I never got a chance to appreciate it. True, oh no, I would have to switch to Japanese to go back. Oshisho-sama, okay. So respectful. Every once in a while, being called that can be quite satisfying. Yeah, okay, we had that. I've been waiting to appreciate it. She shook her head lightly. If it's the highest possible level, that means there's nothing higher. An eternal dead end. The beginning of eternal boredom. I remember what teacher told me. When one is released from all sadness, it is the same as eternal bliss. Oh. So, the Beatrice... Is this the princess? Is this Beatrice the one who was called princess earlier and she just took the name of her teacher? I wonder. Don't say that. I'm sure we'll learn it eventually, so don't spoil it. In a sense, she's Anakin Skywalker. Guess so. When one is released from all sadness, it is the same as eternal bliss. That's what makes me think that teacher couldn't ever have reached that level. Eternal bliss means eternal boredom, and that's the beginning of eternal torture. But it all depends on how you look at it. Eternal boredom is the same as a sketchbook that doesn't run out of pages. It means you can draw whatever you want, you can try to have as much fun as you want. Boredom is the worst sort of poison which kills all witches. Even those great witches who are given the title lady fear it. It's the eternal poison that tortures them because of the eternal bliss they have reached. Now that I have earned the name of Endless Witch, I truly wish I could speak with Teacher again. Is happiness really what lay at the end of our training? And just what is happiness? I wish I could talk with her about that now. Training has no end. When you think you've reached the eternal level, that is exactly the time to bemoan your own immaturity. I recalled those words as though she'd answered me directly. I see, so I'm immature, am I? How amusing, how truly amusing. The sound of painfully shrill laughter rang out. It was coming from my furniture. What? Did they break their toy again? Beatrice-sama, this guy has stopped moving again. And I haven't had nearly enough fun yet. What a pathetic man. But I haven't gotten a chance to play at all yet. Let me play, let me play. Be silent, filth. If you keep devouring him like starving dogs, of course he'll keep breaking right away, no matter how well Beatrice-sama fixes him up. You broke him the most, Satany. You just don't know what holding back means. My apologies, Beatrice-sama. Please forgive my stupid little sisters. Fix him quickly. I'm next, I'm next. Must you keep up that infernal racket? A single yell was all it took to make the noisy sisters of the Seven Stakes vanish. That's a mouthful. All they do is mess around, having as much fun as they want breaking him. They only come to me to clean up afterwards. Truly, this furniture never leaves me bored. Once the furniture hid themselves, all that remained was a sloppy mess, the last remnants of a broken toy. It had no form anymore. It's hard even for me to remember its original form in this state. Better to make it remember for itself, perhaps. Oh well. I waved my golden pipe. Then I spoke. I chanted. I made it remember. Come, try to remember. What form did you have? After all, right now, you pretty much look like a huge lump of scrap meat. I've no idea which part is your arm and which is your leg. Unless you remember, I won't even be able to recall your face. By the power of magic, the pitiful pieces of meat began to remember what their form had been, which part should go with which part, and where should join with where. That's right, just like that. No, you should be a finger on the left hand. That's right, the right hand. That's it, good. Good morning. Have you woken up, Ushidomiya Battler? How ironic that your true nightmare begins after you awaken. If you would just accept that I am a witch, you'll quickly wake up from this nightmare and I'll send you to heaven. I am the king of Mount Purgatory. There's no escape from this hell without my approval. You call this hell? That's just useless. It's all useless. I'm impressed you can still talk like that after experiencing the pain of death not once like any normal human, but no more times than I could count with all of my fingers. This is why I never get bored. I never get bored of you. Yeah, no boredom problem here. After all, I get my pick of those massive tit-nachans with the dazzling asses in my harem. What the hell? Thanks to that, I'm not likely to get bored for a while now. That's splendid. Otherwise, I would get bored too. So, my furniture, I've fixed him, so you can play as much as you want. Oh, not again. Thank you very much. I told you, your turn is over. I am next. Get away from him. Wonderful, isn't it, Battler-kun? Look how popular you are. Popular guys have it rough. Get in line, freaks. If you just stayed obedient instead of acting tough, this would go much easier. Nah, he's good like this. His screams feel so much better. Okay, let's not break him so quickly this time. Did you all hear me? You aren't running this show. Battler-kun. Let's continue where we left off, okay? After they locked Jessica-chan's room with the master key. How did they return the key to the corpse's pocket, which was inside the room? Well, maybe... that's it. They used a fishing line or something, sending just the key into the room through the crack of the door. Wrong. So naive. Of all of the doors that exist on Kenjima, none has a crack through which a key can slip. He was wrong, right? Right? Okay, this time it's me, my turn. Where should I strike? Me, back of the hand. No fair. Okay, then I've got the back of his other hand. I'll take the tip of his nose. Why? Let me do it too. Let me strike too. Don't be so slow, Leviane. We've always done first come, first serve. Okay, I'll take the top of his foot. Me too. I'll take his shoulder. You're sisters, right? Play nice with each other, okay? I can't believe you're still resisting. Why haven't you realized that your false courage actually gets us fired up? Sorry, but false courage and being stubborn are my specialties. No matter how you all try to confuse the issues, I definitely won't accept witches and magic. Even though you can't explain anything with humans and tricks? Are you stupid? Know your place. It's okay, we don't have to force him to accept it. Soon he'll want to accept it so hard he'll start crying. Even now he really wants to kneel down on the ground pitifully and beg our forgiveness. Oh, he's broken already. Beatrice-sama. Oh well, since they know I can revive him over and over, my furniture won't even hesitate to break him. Good grief. Giving eternal rebirth and eternal death at will. Before the endless witch Beatrice, all death and life has no meaning. Even death can't become the key to escape from my cage. Come, Bella, remember your original form again. I'll toy with you to my heart's content, understand? I see how truly pleasant to have a toy to play with for all eternity. Weren't we gonna start another game, though? Could this be the endless bliss witches gain at the endless level? I don't think that's what your teacher meant. I see, yes, this bliss certainly is amusing. I'll revive you over and over, kill you over and over. Let's see what kind of murder play will unfold on the next game board. Come, bring it in. Let the next game begin, Ushiromiya Battler. Finally. Oh, it's the intro again. Should be new. Seems the same so far. I just realized now, but George actually kind of has a resemblance to Kitan Uzuki from Xenogears. He wears glasses, and the color of his clothes are pretty similar. I'm not saying that was intentional, because for that it doesn't look similar enough. It's probably just a funny coincidence. Not just probably, I'm absolutely certain it's just a coincidental similarity, but I felt like pointing it out. It looked the same to me. Don't think it was new. Maybe we'll get another one. What? That scene was new? Which scene? I didn't even... Oh. Okay. Did not even notice that.